Good morning. Well, good afternoon. I've been up early. Thank you, Simply Raspberry Lemonade. You know how much I love you. But I've been up since early. But you know how you, I don't know about y'all, but you know how you make something for dinner and you wake up and you could eat breakfast, anything you want for breakfast, but it's like all I want is dinner. So I made some salmon and vegetables last night, some Brussels sprouts and peppers and jalapenos and onions with some jasmine rice. And I said, forget it. Let me come have lunch with y'all. So that's what I'm on. How y'all been? How was your Valentine's? How was your week been so far? You know, it's the middle of the week. Hey, sis. Hey, Susan. I'm having lunch, so there's a lunch date. But yeah, how your week been? I was actually gonna come on Monday and do, something for the love. I had went around, spread a little love in people's chat, give them some happy love days, some happy B days. But I was gonna come on Monday, and spread a little love because we all going through, and I think some people get so caught up on Valentine's Day of thinking about if they're in a relationship. But if you have people that love you, we always had, even in relationships, the mornings and the early time belong to your kids. The night before, doing Valentine cards with them or things for them to take to school. Then, when they came home, it was either a special dinner of their favorites, or going somewhere, or doing something like checking a movie out in the middle of the week if it fell in the week, in the week time, but during the week. But that was just something we did with the kids. And then even with our friends, we got together to hang out, have a drink, whatever it is we did, because we loved each other. So we made sure that day you had a moment for that. So for me, when I think of Valentine's Day, I just think of love. Things you love, people you love. I mean, you could go to the cemetery and hang with someone who passed on there, work it away. I heard that. But yeah, so for me, it's like when I think of Valentine's Day, I just think of people you love. If your parents still live, and spend some time with them on that day. Your grandparents, whoever, it's just people you love. That's how I feel about it. Spend it with your dog. Have a dog day. I mean, I gave my dog a treat. We watched movies and laid around, and I went down to his level. I laid on the floor with him and hung out. So, you make it what you make it. But also on Valentine's Day, my son's best friend, was killed actually the night before at about midnight. So it really was technically the 14th. And so it was already sad. It's always sad to hear the loss, even whether I know you or not. But it hurts when you watch people grow up and you wonder what they're going to be and what they're going to do. And then when it's snatched and there's no more chances or choices they can make because it's over. That's real sad. But the harder part in this world that we live in, when these children lose their friends, as parents, you're in a new fear. Fear that they don't feel it's something they could do. Fear that this doesn't make them feel hopeless and that they won't make it. Fear that they don't give up. Fear that it doesn't cause depression that they can't come out of. Fear that it doesn't cause them to drink or use, drugs. It's just, it carries such a weight. And so Monday, and I'm in a different state than both of my sons. I have one in, the Chi and one in Texas. And so it hit them both. And it was trying to be there, but unable to physically be there. And so Monday, I really was back and forth most of my evening with the two of them, because you can't bring, peace at that moment. But what you can let them know is I love them and I'm here. And it's not even if I understand or if I don't. What I understand is that you're hurt right now. And you have all these questions, like all of us, when it's over, that we can't get answers to. So, but it also made me think, Susan, about you losing your friend, about Dana telling me she lost an uncle, and many others who have lost someone right now in this year. And I just believe that we always need to take a moment. So my Tuesday, whether I went to lives or I watched lives or any of those things, I wasn't on any lives or anything, but whether I watched them, I commented or anything, but Tuesday was my day to all those gone. Tuesday was my day to the pain for everyone. It was a day to live and be grateful, to be thankful, to stand in it, and to live for them. Because see, when we give up, then their life is in vain. So I said that's what I'm going to be in for today, for Tuesday. So today I'm back and I'm here. And I'm here. And like I said, I was having some Liz lunch. So just some salmon and vegetables and jasmine rice. So I had made that last night. I was eating some leftovers today. That was it. Yesterday, we went to Sam's Club. Now, I did my order for pickup. And for some reason, they're like, oh, Brussels sprout. It'd be all in your teeth, too. But they're like, oh, the Glade plugins, you can't even get those on the pickup. I said, that's weird. You can't put it over to the side and I pick it up. So I had to go in the store. So my whole order is ready. We get in there. Sam's Club is addictive. I mean, and not only that, it's just like Costco. You need something in every aisle. So instead of just going to get the Glades, I'm looking at TVs. My sister's looking at park sets. She's looking at this shed she wants to put in her backyard, so that she can change her garage, extend it to her home. And so she wants this shed to put all the stuff that's in her garage. And I'm like, wait, we came in here for some Glade plug-in. Somehow we end up, I spent like $150 on my order that I was picking up. So now we end up spending like another $150, and I don't even know how. Cheesecake bites, some cheesecake bites later, and a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. Then we went to the grocery store. Like, I can't believe we just spent that. Still go to the grocery store. But yeah, so yesterday, like I said, was just a laid back day. Hold on, my eyes see other people, so let me speak. Oh, hey, Queen of O'Hara. I saw you this morning, Terry Lynn's. Hey. Hey, B Sugar, hey, sis. Yeah, like I said, I was just coming in, having some lunch. Thought I'd have lunch with you guys. Have a lunch break with you. That was it. I came in to see how everybody's week was going. Making sure everybody enjoyed their Valentine's Day. I remember being young. And one day I was on a bus going to school. And was I going or coming? I was on a bus en route. I was on a bus and I just kept seeing like girls with balloons. And see, this is like, the 90s. And so they got balloons with like teddy bears in them, the balloons in them, stuff, money in it, candy, and all this stuff. They're like, that's so nice, But that doesn't define a relationship, because on the other side of seeing those girls with those balloons, I had fellas who the night before we were all at a get together and they were with a whole nother girl. And them same fellas had went out and bought their girl outfit to match with them the next day and shoes. And the love is every day when it comes to the relationship. That's how I feel about it. And so on Valentine's Day, it just gives us a day that not only do we celebrate our love when it comes to relationships. To me, this is how I feel about Valentine's Day. Not only do we celebrate our love on that day, but other people all around the world just celebrate love. So if you think the measurement of your relationship is what somebody gave you on Valentine's Day, then it really does measure your relationship, just not in the way you think it does, But I love love. So when people are happy, not just to be in a relationship, but just happy, I am happy for them. And I root for that. I root for that kind of love. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, they were married before. Then how do they know love when they couldn't do it right the first time? I don't think like that. I think that maybe that might have been you need to go to that to get to this. I am the queen that I am as far as to be for a king. I am the queen I am because of the ups and downs in my relationships. I mean, I wish they were all good. I wish everyone was a Prince Charming. And I wish I at every time was a queen. I wish every time I was Nefertiti, and I wasn't. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I haven't even been in my thing, but thank you. It's all a blessing to me. Every sub is a blessing to me because I just pray and hope and I believe that the subs will be, especially in the beginning, in the foundation, it will be built on people who share the common grounds that I do. Is that no one's perfect. I'm here to work on me. Change starts in myself. And you know what I mean? That's it. We all in here fighting and trying to make it and, make it work. So I appreciate everyone. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. I appreciate and I thank any content creator who mentions my name. I know and I understand that in some games, there are people out here who only come to be noticed so that somebody can, shout them or whatever. I would never be that person. I literally am here and I'm in your chat or I'm giving support because I choose to, I want to, and it's real. That's it. That's literally what I'm there about. And so even if I watch, that's what I tell people, it's no secret. Not only if you go into if you're a creator and you go into your analytics and you see me there, you're going to see that I have watch time hours because I didn't just come for some gossip. I came and I watched. And I watched it all. And I, you know what I mean? And I hit a like button on my way out the door. Because even if I like the fact that you stood in your garbage, even if I like the fact that you didn't change, whatever it is. So I thank you for that. I thank you for that. And like I said, this kingdom, it has no separations in the crowns. So when you come in here, everybody in here got a crown on. This is facts. You got a crown on. You might have it on crooked, you might have it on whatever way, but it's just certain things you can never be in here. Like I said, when it comes to an op, for me, that mean life or death. Like that mean on site. I drop you, your mama, your cousin, your brother. So me calling anybody in here that. And you can't be, and if you see what you call your op in here, keep speaking and keep moving. Because that shows the crown. That, the crown, don't mean I won't make mistakes. It just means when I'm in the kingdom, I really know how to act. So just that place to be that. What y'all eating for lunch? Or what did you have for breakfast this morning? I'm curious. Don't feed your dogs human food. Because last night when I made salmon, I gave Nino some. So now I'm eating salmon and he's just walking back and forth. He's there, I'm eating his dinner or his breakfast. Mm-hmm. Oh, hold on. I forgot I got to hit the mat too. Oh, B Sugar, that is nice. I was thinking how I cannot wait until my kids. Hey, Dana says, I cannot wait until my grandkids are of that age where we can, where we can go places and they know where we're going. And I definitely, because they're so close at age. And I definitely want to make sure that when they're 5 or something, we go on a Disney vacation or anything. I want them to go when they're young enough because I've been to Disney World and Disneyland. I've been to, I'm blessed. I've been to those things when I'm young. I'm from California. So if you think I didn't hit the Disneys or the Magic Mountains or those type of things, I remember going to Universal Studios, young. And man, not, kind of preteen, teen. And then man, this is the greatest place on earth until I went to the one in Florida. And I was like, oh, Hands down, this is the best place on earth. That's my favorite of them all. But anyway, I just believe in like those places are so powerful when you're young. Because like the first time I went to Disney and we rode on that little train to the Epcot Center, everything, I mean, it just felt so great. And Disney, I mean, and Mickey was up in there and Minnie, and it was his birthday every day. He should be 2 billion years old, but it was a great experience. You know, you go a little older and you're trying like, Great America better. But it's just an experience. It can bring the kid out of you. So I can't wait to take them on trips like that. My granddaughter, her grandparents are from another country, and they want to take her when she's 5, and they want us to come too, out there, you know, because I'm very strong on not only her knowing where she comes from, me knowing and understanding that too, so I can respect that. Because see, sometimes what we disrespect, we don't even understand or know, you know, and sometimes we can be disrespectful because we don't know. So if I don't know your customs or belief, I might disrespect it, not even knowing, and teach you how to do it because I never got understanding on it to, you know. So I'm definitely with that 150%. But I also can't wait, especially like for my granddaughter, when I get back to Chicago, I'll get to see her all the time, just being in that part, not FaceTime and everything else. My grandson, I'm going to make it my mission to be in Texas once a month. So that's why I had to definitely, you know, you don't want to keep spending all this money on flights and hotels and all these things of this nature, and you're not spending on a place. So I literally right now, I'm going to go to Chicago, get me a 1-bedroom, turn my living room into a complete studio, and my bedroom into a bedroom, and that's it. And that's what I'll do until I make my next decision. And I'm just going to take it one day at a time. One step at a time, one day at a time. Sometimes we're planning so far ahead that we miss the whole moment we're in. You miss the magic. You miss the sunset. You know, and I believe, hey, I don't care if you're driving, unless you're on the expressway now. Listen to me closely, people. If the sun starts setting, pull over somewhere great and get a view. Get a view. Get a view. You know. That's what I believe now. Taking my time. Feel like you've rushed through life, and even when you're telling stories, you're missing years yourself. You ever been telling a story and be like, yeah, that was like 2 years ago. And they're like, Danny, that was, I mean, of course, they won't be saying Danny to you. They say, Danny, that was like 5 years ago. But you bunched all this stuff together. So there's no real lapse of time, you know. That's what some people do on here with what happened, putting everything together. So now this is this, and it's like, no, it's really not. It's really not. Yeah, like I said, I'm in a good spirit because I'm here. I'm in a good spirit because in a downtime, and when I say a downtime, I've told this story before, but I'm telling you. I met Herb Kent one day. If you don't know who Herb Kent is, he's a radio DJ from Chicago, V103, for many years, from the time I was a kid until he passed a couple of years ago. But one day I was in Burger King on 95th by State, and I'm in there and I hear this voice. Now, like I said, I've been hearing this voice my whole life, so I knew who it was the moment I heard him talking. I wasn't paying attention to the people saying, Mr. Kent, oh, Mr. Kent, we got your order ready, because he was a regular over there, you know, to the neighborhood, a legend, to Chicago, still going to your favorite. I just love that type of, you know, I don't even call it realness, I just love that kind of community, because you show the community that not only am I from here, I love here, and you can make it too. And just because you move out doesn't mean that you didn't show someone here you made it. But anyway, back to the story. But anyway, my eyes were red as ever. And I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I had just blew some of the best diesel and oh man. But anyway, that was then. Anyway. So my eyes were red. Now I'm in Burger King getting an ice cream cone. And Herb Kent said, oh, Don't cry, it ain't worth it. And I said, oh no, sir. I cry about life and death, you know? And when I said that, it's because that's the truth. Now, anger, cry, whatever, but that was the truth. Because the thought of life is beautiful. But when I think of that, I think about enjoying life. When we lose somebody, I don't care who you are, you're always going to say, like, man, just last week I was talking to him, or the other day I was talking to him, we was just together. Enjoy those moments. Because trust me, they don't say on them, this the last one. So that's what I'm about in life. Like, what's going to make us rise? What's going to make it better? You know what I mean? What chapter am I going to write so that the next chapter for the next generation or the person behind me, they can go on too? But what am I going to write in this chapter of this thing called life? That's how I look at it. And that's just what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to write my chapter. Because, see, I've been too busy. Oh, my niecey poo coming by. Yeah, I'm on some straight Punky Brewster. I swear I have on leggings and short shorts. And she's like, I'm coming by. I hope she don't want to go nowhere. Because I'm just chilling. Like I am on my Punky Brewster. Punky Brewster. No, I love Punky Brewster. I love her. A couple of years ago, I had a Punky Brewster blue jean jacket, just like the one she wore. I held that thing all year. On my birthday, I went on my buddy crib the night before. I said, when midnight hit, I'm coming in with my Punky Brewster jacket. And people said, Danny, I swear the things that make you happy. You know why? Because when I think of Punky Brewster, I think of being happy to watch your show and like somebody on TV, or watch Silver Spoons and wish I had a train running through my house, and just think that was doable to have an arcade. And to this day, like, anybody know my brother, he already started his arcade. But anybody know me know, like, please, a house is mine, there's going to be an arcade in it. Definitely, like a must. I mean, in the modern games on the wall and all, but definitely arcade. Because, when something makes me happy, when the music, like I tell y'all, Candy by Cameo is going to always make me happy. Just like candy, I can feel it when you walk. But yeah, I just came on to have some lunch with y'all. But it's like being on a date. You don't eat, but I eat. I'm not that person on a date. I wish a guy would. Remember back in the day, they say, oh, she's going to order a salad. No, I'm not. And if you tell me, do I want to taste your food is good, I'm going to eat some more of it. Your food, my food. Real talk. Let's see what John said. Don't get on my leg. Yep. And then, like, don't get me wrong, because like I said, I have grandkids now, so if there's things change, but even with my grandchildren, I plan to have things that are legacies that are, that can stay, and they can have, 40 acres and a mule when I'm gone. So I establish those things, but for right now, like, I don't need all that space, because y'all know what space gets you. A bunch of company. a bunch of people in need. So I just, like I said, I literally just want to turn my living room into a full studio that I can film in, I can work in, I can watch multiple devices in. Like, literally, that's it. That's what I want to do with my living room. So, and I need a kitchen so I can cook and eat, and a bedroom so I can sleep and relax and have a place that is my space, that is genuinely just my space, So I'm just at that point, And like I said, I'm not in a relationship. So, but you know how it is, you've been in a relationship so long that even yourself sometimes will do it. You've been in a relationship so long, everybody still compares you to being in that. And even when you say, like, oh, no, I'm not in a relationship. It's like this, okay. Mm-hmm. I'm not in a relationship. But even with that, that's not a bad thing, because in the best part of this, I'm working on me. I've learned to love the hell out of me. Because sometimes you get in a relationship too long and you forget you. Because sometimes you're trying to get the fire back in a relationship, you're trying to remember who you were then so you could get back. No, 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 no. In the evolution of a relationship, what makes it even better is why you watch each other grow. You learn to love every man you're seeing as he grows. That's the power of a king. So, like, I love everybody in love. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Enjoy it. Don't question it. If it's true, if it's real, talk to it. Communicate with it. So, I'm for the love. I love love. People, you gonna be sad? Because my sister was out of town on Monday. She got back Tuesday. My sister was out of town on Monday. I was like, I'm good. I got my snacks, my happy foods. I have my, you know what I mean? I got everything I need. I got everything I need. And that makes me appreciate love. Because I love me. The first stop in the love train is yourself. That was the first stop. But it was a time when I didn't love me, was wondering why people couldn't love me right. But people love you just how you love. Well, they love you half the way you love yourself. And there was a time when, I swear, y'all, I just couldn't even look in the mirror. That's why I tell people, and it wasn't because I'm like, oh, I'm thinking of this ugly person. It's because just what you feel about you, because so you can't look yourself in the eye. You can't look at you because you see everything. And so I felt that way, and I thought to myself, like, this is the part that has to stop. Like, we talk about all of the things that go on in the world, but insecurity is big. So I'm never going to be one to break somebody down physically. I don't care if it's the obvious, it's the obvious. If it's not the obvious, I'm not. Because I'm like Shallow Hal when he was under the spell. When you're an ugly person, I don't give a dang on what you look like. All I see is a beast. I don't even, so somebody will be like, oh, such and such so fine. I'm like, wait, who are you talking about? If I know that ugly character in him, I just be like, oh, who's he talking about? And everybody in the room be like, he is so fine and so fine and he's so fine and he's fine. But I don't see that. And when you're attractive and your soul and your spirit and your energy is great, to me, you may be looking like one of the best things since sliced bread, but I had to find that inner peace in me that stop beating yourself up. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. And even when you put on some weight or you do this, note yourself. Say to yourself, like, oh, okay, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I've been out here in Georgia going sweet crazy. Like, I've been eating more sweets. I eat my feelings. I'm a person who eats their feelings. So, like, if I'm worried or stressed or this type of thing, I'm gonna eat. So then I'm gonna have all my comfort foods, and half of them are bad. Half of them are bad. And so I'm able to, even when I'm saying something to myself, not beat myself up about it. So I'm not gonna say, oh, you're just fat and you're just gonna be fat and you're gonna get so fat and everybody's gonna hate your fat self. No. But before I would say that to myself. Now what I say to myself is, Danny, it's time to cut these sugars back. Okay. You got those cheesecake things and you all got that ice cream, and you aren't gonna be able to eat all of it now. Have some discipline. But it's time to start winging this down, because all the sugar's not good for you. It's not healthy for you. And so when I start looking at those ways first, the other stuff, it's just, oh, it's cool to lose the weight, but if you're not getting healthy, what are you doing? So I just learned to look at things different. I learned to think that eye is in the beauty of the beholder. And who cares if somebody doesn't think you aren't something? Are you messing with them? Are you trying to mess with them? Okay. So if they're telling you that you're not attracted to them, most people who do that, are someone who either was once an ugly duckling or still a Google monster. You know, take your choice of what they are. But they have to be, because I just don't see why you think that we need you to break down looks on people. I never liked that when people do that. Even when we were in school and someone said, "Oh, she'd be cuter if she was shorter," or this, what, or you're so tall, or they're fat, or if his nose wasn't so big, or if his mouth. Okay, if you're not attracted to something, it's no need to say it. It's just no need to talk about it. I mean, am I just critiquing? Oh, and I used to know people like that. Every person who walked by, they had something to say about him. Oh, he stank. She fat. He got a wedgie. You'd be like, and the same person that's talking, you thinking I could name 15 things about you that if I said them out loud, you'd be hurt. But I'm not here for that. That's what I tell people. We can get into it. You think I'm gonna bring out the stuff everybody else will be dogging you about right now? What? That's the obvious. I want to talk about the stuff that led you to why you're doing this. So I'm gonna point that out to the world. Then they can go look at that. Sorry, y'all. Like, I keep missing the comments. I have to look on my phone. Then you know how your food, I don't know, I like food real hot. But I don't like reheating, cook food like that, like to over reheat it and keep reheating it again and again and again. Nah. Oh, you have 4 grand princesses. Yes. I used to love. Well, you know what, Susan? When I used to eat the hot tamale candies, it's so funny. This is gonna sound real weird. I used to love to eat them with lemon heads, or Apple Jacks, so it could give it this like hot and this weird combination. But I come from an era of mixing stuff. We put Jolly Ranchers in pickles. We put peppermints and peppermint sticks in pickles. You know what I mean? We bought 8 bags of chips, put them together, but you had to have main components. You had to have a popcorn. You had to have some kind of salt and sour. You had to have something hot, a corn chip, a Dorito, depending on what kind of mix you was making. But that bag would be greasy, like you just dropped in some French fries from the chips. So I come from those eras, and now I'm like all in my sweets, just snackety, snackety, snackety. But I learned something, and this is why I always cut my sweets too. Well, one, I have, well, you don't know, but I have sugar, issues. Not, I'm not on nothing about it, but it's, something that if you don't control it, it can become a problem. But what was it? Oh, when I was younger and I drank a lot, when I stopped drinking that hard liquor like that, I would go on these sugar binges. So like I could be sitting up chilling, be like, man, I just want some black walnut, and I only want it from 31 flavors. Baskin Robbins, 33 flavors, 31, whatever, how many they got. But I just want it from Baskin Robbins because they got their own black walnut. It's fire. So I would go get the little pint, eat a little bit. I'm in the car eating it on the way. I kid you not. The next day I'd be back in there. Now you putting in all this with candy bars. I'm eating little individual Snickers, but I'm getting like a little bag of them. I'm maxing out the whole bag. But it's all this sugar. And so one day I'm watching JoJo and Casey when they had their show, which sadly showed us like inside them, like about their alcoholism and stuff. But one of the episodes they were talking about the drinking, and Casey was saying how when he don't drink, he be eating all this chocolate and eating all this sugar. It's because liquor is so much sugar that my body was craving, but it also does bad things, all that sugar, to your body. So constantly dehydrating, all these type of things. So whenever I get crazy on sugar, I always think of the effects it does to my body. So I'm like, oh, you got to let it off, but it's so hot. I got so many sugar guilty pleasures. So like I said, just going through these things, like my grandbaby being born premature, and me not being there, you know what I mean? Or my son having his child in Texas. That's why I was like, oh no, I'll be there for the baby shower. You know, people said, you're going to fly in and fly out the same day. Yeah, because I got to get back to my fur babies, you know, because they're alone. So I got to make this a 1-day trip. And, you know, but so it's that stress, like even people back home, you know, when I didn't call, it wasn't because I just cut them off or nothing like that. It was just sometimes just hearing their voice made me sad. It made me miss them. That what I know, you know, anytime I talk to anybody, they name in the street, they know already. I can see the street because it's what I know. This is all I know. Is all I'm ever going to know? No. Is the only thing I'm, you know, willing to subject my life to? No. But it's what I know. It's a comfort. It's a home. You know, so Chi-Town love always. Always. And I always want to say one thing for my city. When you hear about it, when you're on the outside of it and you hear all the violence and all those things, it is a sad thing. And it bothers and it hurts us. And, you know, I always say we're going to have a generation that's not there. Because whether it was in 2015, these children were killed and they were 16 years old at the time. And right now we're losing a whole bunch of 22, 21-year-olds out there. We'll lose a whole generation because that's the same generation. That's the same generation. So in that, I definitely, I pray for my city. We got to stand up. I never run from it. I run to it to be a part. And I will not change anything or everything by myself, but I definitely put my name on the wall. Definitely be in the concrete out there. So that's another thing I'm very excited to get back and be a part. But I know how hard and how sad that is. I have been in groups that were put together for people who lost people in Chicago, whatever, or for warning you, or before you know, things got bigger that cover the murders, like Legal Help Firm and all these things that cover the murder. But I've been in those until the days that when you get the text to let you know, and it's people you know, because that's how close it'll hit home when it spreads out that much. So I love my city, and just I had to say that. I have to say that I love my city. I support my city, and I know we can do better. And we got to bring some hope and some things up. And I'm not blaming mothers. I'm not blaming anything right now. I'm not even blaming children, because in the first fight that I have, even when people say, "How can you be Black Lives Matter and Black people kill Black people?" Well, all people kill each other. And that's one thing. But two, trust me, the first fight I'm fighting in is the one between us. The one between us and our, you know, our skin tones, the one between us and the hatred, the one between us and taking each other down, the one between us and the biggest fight with each other. I'm on that fight first. Trust, it's the first leg of the it's the first leg of the stop, you know. So I definitely want to get back and be a part of my city. And I have a few families I really must go hug and give my love in their loss. Not on the phone, not via text, not through email, face to face. And I always said one day I was going to go and I was just going to hit a candle to every place we lost a child in the last 5 years, because I wasn't going to go too far back, because then we cover the whole world. I said I was going to do that. And maybe if you could just see all those light at night, but realize that all the darkness around us, the space we'll never get from them, because they're no longer here. But if you see all the light we've lost, and that's for every city when you got this violence going on. When you add up all the lights you've lost, all the chances, I don't care what they were doing, they could have changed. But you never know that. We'll never know that. It's all an if. And you know what they say about an if. If an if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. So, sorry to get deep, but I just, and you can't get numb to it. I've been losing people to gun violence since I was first person I ever lost to gun violence, and they weren't even on the streets. They were looking at a friend's father's gun. But the first person I ever lost to gun violence, I was 11 years old. And so you never get numb. Never. I don't want to ever get numb to that. Because the moment you get numb is the moment you stop fighting for it. For something. For something. You got to figure out what the cry is for. Then you can help more. But until I can figure out exactly what the cry is begging for, I'm just going to make sure I do my part. That's it. That's it. That's it. I don't know why y'all know I be doing too much. I just be doing too much. I'm trying to read them off the screen like I just got some good 20/20 vision. Oh yeah, it's real hard being so far. hmm But yeah, like I said, y'all know I'll go into 50 other chats. But other than that, even when talking about that, that's still a good thing. Because once upon a time, being from Chicago, being in the wrong was what made me more Chi Town. Because it was just explaining what it was. So even in that, I don't feel the sadness as I feel the growth. As I feel the growth. And I ain't, like I said, I'm not judging nobody in no community. I'm here with you. I'm here with you. I want you to enjoy that community and be able to have street block parties like we used to. And the neighbors, I mean, come on, the South Side used to have a neighborhood barbecue that went from yard to yard. Come on, I like community. Community, the West Side holding some of the best block parties in Garfield Park, Columbus Park, Douglas Park parties ever. I just want us to go back to being able to live. Didn't mean nothing wasn't going on. Didn't. But yeah. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here because, like I said, I'm not gonna finish this lunch. I was sitting here eating with y'all there, and I want to finish my video for today so I can go ahead and upload it for my little Black History Month. But I definitely be back today. My niece is getting ready to come by. She said in 30 minutes when she texts me, so she'll be by in a little bit. I need to get Nino outside. You know, he gets so excited. He's easier if you come in than you bring him in because for some reason, if he's coming, he just either, if he know you, he's going to bark, 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 and then jump all over you. So trying to get him to calm down, you know. He's just a lover. He's just a lover. That's all. He's just a lover. But when you're a lover and you weigh that much and, you know, you're that strong, you can knock people down. And my niece is pregnant. So now, I protect him. Hey, Chef Finest Wine. Chef Finest Wine. I cannot wait to get back to Chicago. I cannot wait. Chicago calling me. And then I can't wait to get to Chicago because I'm holding you to that cooking now. You know I love to eat. It's one of my favorite pastimes. It's something I do to pass time, you know. Make the day go faster. But I definitely also, I want to, when I get to Chicago, not I want to, I am. I'm going to go to some little hidden treasure restaurants out there that people don't know about, or they may. You know. And some people don't even know about, and they missing out. And some, they're probably, I'm not going to Inglewood. Don't think like that. That just look. My heart is singing. My heart is singing. I know I'm gonna have a touchdown with you soon when I get out there. Make sure. But I'm thinking most likely I'm gonna be west. Probably, I don't know, somewhere west, because that's closer for me to everything. So somewhere in that part. But I'm all around it. I'm all around him. But I cannot wait to get up with you, bro. I love my kings. I love my queens from my city. I really do. And I love people everywhere. I really do. But it's just something about when we kind of know that same thing. I'm like, oh, we could have went to school together. Yes, them. That's why I said it's some hidden treasures, man. My brother's buddy, Dex, got a restaurant, Dex. Is it called Dex? I don't want to get a wrong name now. But anyway, I'm going to drop it. But it's one of the ones I'm going to go by. One of the best jerk chicken wraps you ever going to get. Man, oh my goodness. They have a aioli sauce. I can't even talk about it because then no food I'm gonna eat gonna be that good till I get there, okay? I gotta get there. Oh, jerk. See, I feel like that's one of the ones everybody know about. Just like, some would you be like, or it's like back in the day when people would talk heroes. I'm like, man, when you from Chicago, you gonna name the heroes you mess with. You know what I mean? Which one is your heroes? Like, which one? I've had different ones over the year, but you definitely gonna name one. It ain't just a thing. But I love heroes. Heroes. Love it. But I love Uncle Remus. Shout out to Remus too. You know what I mean? That's what I tell you. The city. Oh, I love my city, man. But yeah, I'm gonna hit those little treasures. The ones you know, the ones you don't. And that's a good thing, Chef. Out there we have so much good. I mean, from the I call any little hood restaurant, little hood shack restaurant, whether it's good or bad, I call them greasy spoons. You know what I mean? You get your food just how you want it. That's the only place you go order beef, and if you don't say it, it might come drenched in barbecue sauce. Say, wait, who the hell said drench this whole beef up in some sauce? In the greasy spoon. You don't know. But from the greasy spoons to the top-notch restaurants, we got good food out there. I love the food. See, I'm so fat. I'm judging states by the food. So, what to eat? But I can't even lie. Family Mackey, y'all got me wanting to get some crawfish, but then when they was alive, I told y'all I get nervous. I didn't even need crab legs or well, it's because of lobster. Because we went to Red Lobster when my mama graduated college. And let me tell y'all something. I was like, wait, people picking out their lobsters while they alive? Oh, Lord. And mama said, all food you eat was once alive. But I didn't stop and, you know what I mean? This is true story, y'all. So listen. When I was young, this church we went to had a little retreat or whatever for the youth. So they got all these inner city kids and they gonna take them. This church out west. So they took our long trip was to go to Wyoming. So we was in Wyoming for 3 weeks on this ranch. And these other churches from one was from Pasadena. One of the churches was like from Detroit or something. But they came out here and we all stayed on this ranch. You know what I'm saying? Gated in ranch. It's cows, bulls, rattlesnakes all out there. We went to a doggone rodeo. We went mountain climbing. They took us out to this water that went from like 1 foot deep. But when I tell you Wyoming was beautiful, when I tell you it was beautiful, when I tell you that they around every corner was like an adventure. And it was something that we would have never seen, and it opened your eyes to know that no matter what you see, there's more than the eyes can see. But anyway, on the way to Wyoming, we stopped in Nebraska. And I'm trying to remember what was my major point because I'm thinking about the food. But I will get back to the food because the food about to get to talk about live animals. But we stopped in Nebraska. When we stopped in Nebraska, I don't know where it was because we stayed at this church. And it was like we didn't go to the church for the service, but whatever the church was, the whole group that came with us, it was probably about 40, 50 of us. We all were able to do like a sleeping thing. They had the guys on one level, the girls and the people on another one. But it was like a little sleeping party. And then we got back on the road to Wyoming. And we were close once we got to Nebraska. And I'm like, why did we stop now? We've been on this bus for 5 million years. But while we were in Wyoming for that 3 weeks, there was a pig. And every time we ate, now remember, it's 50 kids with us. It's 50 kids with us. Well, 50 kids and adults with us. It's about 100 from Pasadena. I mean, they came deep. And I'm not going to lie. You had to become basically like a pen pal buddy with one of the people. And some of those people I talked to for years. You know what I mean? Great people. But anyway, this pig. So every day when we got done eating, we all emptied our food into this bucket. Just empty your food in buckets. So it's about 10 buckets. So then at the end of that, somebody was assigned to go pour this slop into the thing for the pig. Now, let me tell you, we all young. We between the ages of probably 12 and 16, 17. It's people spitting in this butt. Like, you nasty, baby. It's slop, it's nasty. And these pigs will eat anything. They be dirty, they eat, they whatever, and they just eat it. On the day before the last day we wake up in the morning, and when I tell y'all the aroma in the air was so good that you was like, man, something is just giving me life. Man, they had doggone killed the pig. Hey, when I tell y'all, it was like a movie. Kids, no, not oink oink. Because we done all gave them a name. Oinky, oink, oink, pork, porkity, pork. I mean, I don't know what we thought we was going to do with this pig. Now, these are people who literally, when we go on hikes, they got stuff that they catch a rattlesnake and they're like, who's going to be the lucky one to get the rattle for their chain? Did I tell y'all we went to rodeos? I don't know why we thought this pig was a pet. Like, this was the dude who owned the ranch, that these were just his pets, and we were just kicking it with the pets. He got these horses, he got all this nice stuff. Yeah. And man, I ain't never ate pork the same since, but it changed me. I mean, I probably didn't eat pork again until I was about 18. And to these days, it's just certain things with pork that I'm like, oh, I do like that. I do like it. But nah, Porky changed my life. Porky changed things for me, y'all. He changed it. Hey, Terry. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to get a love. You got to get a love, Queen O'Hara. You got to. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm telling y'all, I'm multiple devices, so it's like something's on my TV, something's on my computer, something's on my, phone. It's like if they're all on, so I can give support. So sometimes that's why it seems like you're in the chat, then you're out the chat. And sometimes like, okay, I got to listen. I'm coming back and I'm going back. And then when I'm done, I want to go back. And it's time consuming and everybody different, but it's one of the things on the way, and all my D's. It's just how it works. It's just how my mind works. So it's just how I do things. But I really do try. And then some days, like I said, I have to detox, and then I'm just on just regular TV or movies, my happy movies, or music, or playing with these little, like I said, I have 3 different editing softwares. I'm trying to see which one I really want. I know, like Canvas, I want to just keep doing small videos. I like that for like small stuff. But that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I plan, you all will see when I get to Chicago, because that'll be more on me getting on my Dougie. Getting on my Dougie is parts of life. But yeah, guys, I love you all so much. Thank you for this morning. Thank you for chilling. Because like I said, I just got another text. So I'm going to go on and get out so I can get Nino out. So he know, a riffity riff, a riff, what a riff it is. Because y'all know he's going to do that. Anyway, he's going to do it. That's just me. That's who he is. But yeah, like I said, love you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Chef, the countdown is on. That's my brother called me today. He said next weekend, not today, the other day, next weekend. So next weekend. But we trying to figure out, because that's what time we both grown and kids are grown. So on the way back, we can make the road trip like, hey, let's stop wherever and see what food. I'm laughing because half of this conversation has been about food. Food and snacks. But yeah. But I tell people, a 500-pound woman lives in me, and she loves me more than I love myself. So she does. So she doesn't want to be, 500 pounds, but she does. She does live inside of me. I love food. It's the key to my soul. But yeah, love you guys. Have a good one. Spread some love. Show some love. Let people know when you come in the building, you are love. And that's one of the things, even when I show the side of me, because, hey, remember, if you believe in good, you got to believe in bad. And then everybody is good and bad. And every day you weighing which way you going to go. Oh, my goodness. Am I going to be good? Am I going to be bad? Well, I choose to try to be good every day. But you better know that just like that, it can be bad. But what I really appreciate is that I've really shown you all who I am. So most will know that was just an expression, had to get out, had to be said, whatever it was. But I am not a bad person. I am not. And I'm not here to judge anybody else as a bad person, just speaking on myself. I'm not. I got goodness in my heart, and I want to see us all win. Because the more y'all win, the more I win. Because the more people winning, the more people winning. Period. Period. Point blank. Just like how the pandemic started all these people to start their own businesses, starting their own channels, starting their own this. The more that was doing it, the more stopped sitting around saying, well, you know what, I don't think it's going to work. You know what, I can't get enough time off work so I can get it to go. And it just went. And look at them now. So I want us all to win. I want to send love to everybody. I hope everybody doing good. Healing vibes to anybody who down or ill. You know what I mean? And like I said, have a great day until we get up with each other later on. But y'all know I catch you out there in them streets. And you know me, when I'm bending and grinning, I see you, I'm honking. Hey, what's up? You always gonna get a nod, a fist bump, a hey, a horn honk from me. So have a good one. See y'all later. Love you.